check your downsides at the same time.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another edition of AmericanDreamTrading.com's live futures and education broadcasts. This is an outreach of AmericanDreamTrading.com. I'm your host, Mark McSee. I'm a moderator here with AmericanDreamTrading.com, which was created by Chad Christian, who we call Coach. He incorporated this business. It's a legal corporation about 4.5 years ago. Coach has been live every day for the last 2.5 years or so. And we're welcome that you can join us. For those of you who are on YouTube, you're fortunate because right now we have an issue with our TikTok feed. So we're not on TikTok. They changed some parameters that we're going to have to work through. Coach had the same issue this morning, and guess what? I'm experiencing the same thing. It's the same business account for one reason. So hopefully for those that were on TikTok that took my advice in the past, they went over and signed up for an American Dream Trading account over on YouTube. If not, they won't be seeing this feed today, unfortunately. Unless we can get this issue resolved. I do have a message out about that to one of our moderators that work behind the scenes. We'll see if they can correct that issue or not. If not, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, it's all you today. So I expect you guys to ask lots of questions to make up for the ones that aren't on TikTok. Glad you could be here with us. If this is your first time today, make sure you click that subscribe button. And then after that, click the notification button so that you do not miss any of the broadcasts that we do from here on out. If you would happen to miss a broadcast, they're always available upon completion of each broadcast over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. So check that out. And while you're over there, there's over 2,000 free training videos for you to take advantage of. So get over there to our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading, and watch those. They're free. And speaking of free, if you go over to AmericanDreamTrading.com, you will see you can grab our free Discord. You get in there, sign up for it, and you get immediate access into our stock lounges where you can communicate and discuss with other members of American Dream Trading your trades and ask questions about membership. Anything you want to ask about trading can be done in that stock lounge. That's free to you. And you get instant access. You also get instant access to some of our training materials, such as training videos, trading documents, and so forth. So head on over there. It's free. Make sure you tell them Mark McSee from the Futures sent you. So, all right. Well, be curious to see if anybody from TikTok comes over and uses, say, YouTube today. Because if they listened, they would have signed up for the YouTube account as a backup plan. And it's not TikTok's fault. Well, it kind of is. They put up some other things you got to do. So I don't have access to that. So we have people looking at that right now. Thank you for that. Anyway, anything you want to know about American Dream Trading, membership packages, educational packages, can be found on our website, AmericanDreamTrading.com. All right. One of the disclaimers I think I'll put out there, neither I or any other moderator or member of American Dream Trading are licensed financial advisors, and as such, we can never give you financial, investment, or tax advice. And once you are in our Discord, we will never DM you. You will never get a direct message from us, even inside our own Discord. You won't get a WhatsApp request or a Telegram request. All those are scammers because a scammer can copy another person's profile in a matter of minutes and pose as somebody else. So if you would receive a DM, I can assure you 100% it's not anybody from American Dream Trading. You just need to block that person. You can also report it. We do have a scammers channel in there that you can alert us, and we'll do our best to get them out of the Discord if they are in it and try to block them. You can also, if you aren't aware, you can go within your Discord app itself into the settings and untoggle. There's a switch in the settings there. You can turn that toggle off, and that way you can only accept friend requests from your own personal friends. If they're not one of your friends on your friend list already, they won't be able to contact you. That has its advantages and disadvantages, of course, but that will control people from contacting you that you don't want to. Because you will never have to worry about anybody from American Dream Trading contacting you that way. Only a scammer will do that. And they will do it from time to time. It's a constant battle to keep them out. And that's just the nature of the Discord application. Any social media application, even on Facebook and TikTok and YouTube, people can impersonate other people. So Coach will never contact you. None of the moderators will ever contact you that way. The only way we contact each other is inside our Discord, inside the lounges, by typing in there, or by being on our live Zoom calls, which our paid members have that advantage. They have access to an open mic. They can open their mic anytime and say hi. And if they want to do that right now, we have members inside our live Zoom because they're paid members and they have that access. You guys want to open your mics and say hi? Let you know there's other humans in here?
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Howdy doody. Howdy.
Well, I guess we got two people. There's more than that in here. They're shy.
Hello. I have my mic muted.
There you go.
Hello. Hello, guys.
How we all doing?
All right, they're in here. Some of them, well, actually, there's some in here I've never heard their voice because they just don't like talking on the mic. They can talk in the, type into the Zoom chat that's built into the Zoom. A lot of them ask questions that way, and that's fine. Not everybody's comfortable talking on their mics, but we provide multiple avenues of being able to communicate, and one of them would be in our Zoom, the chat feature that's built into that program. So, but we will never contact you any other way. It's the only way we communicate, and that is to help protect you, help protect your account from scammers. Matter of fact, our own paid members are not allowed to DM each other. Ralph can't DM me, I can't DM Ralph. That would get both of us banned from American Dream Trading. That's how serious Coach takes that. He does not want us DMing. Even though it's built into it, we're not allowed to use that feature. And doing so can get you kicked out of American Dream Trading because we want our members to be safe, have a safe place, if you would. So anyway, I'm Mark McSee. This is the Futures Education and Trading broadcast, and we try to help educate you, give a little peek of the iceberg. Most of the iceberg, as you know, is under the water, so you only see so much here during these free lives. But you're welcome to type into your social media chat box there. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to type them in. You can do that, and we'll do our best to answer them live for you. What do we got going on over there on Twitch? Anybody over there on Twitch? Say hi if you are. Hello, Twitch members. We'll see if anybody says hi over there. Anyway, I haven't seen anybody say hi yet, but that doesn't mean anything. So we are live on all the social medias: TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, X, you name it, Instagram, all the major ones. We are on them. Unfortunately, we're not on TikTok at the moment because they changed some settings this morning, and we have to get in there and fix that stuff. And that will be higher up on the food chain within American Dream Trading that's got to fix that for us. So anyway. Okay, we see Trading Pennies is back over there on YouTube. Scalping Strategy. Hello, Mark. Well, hello, Scalping Strategy. Is there any moderators trading futures in the mornings, 9 to 11, who only trades futures markets? Well, we all trade at that time. Now, do we have a live Zoom at that time? No, we don't. Coach is on at that time, and Coach is the featured speaker, if you will. It's his channel, right? We are not currently live during that time in the futures market. However, I can assure you that we are trading. Our paid members have access in the Discord in the futures channel for paid members. We have a live futures chat where we type in what we're doing. Hey, take a look at this, take a look at that. We're not telling each other what to buy and when to sell, but we are discussing our trades inside that live futures chat that's built into our Discord, and that is for paid members. But currently, we do not have a live Zoom for futures only. Yes, that is a plan in sometime in the future. I don't know when that will be, but yes, eventually that will happen. But currently, no, we don't have a live Zoom feed for that. And that'll be coming soon, hopefully. I'm sure I'll be involved in that one way or another. But it is what it is for right now. So, yes, and then, we trade 23 hours a day. That live Zoom chat, there's always somebody in there talking. We trade in the evenings when the market reopens at 6 p.m. Eastern time. All night long, people start popping in even again. I mean, some are in there, the ones at work are in there during the late night, early morning hours. Other people start jumping in at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and usually by 5 a.m. there's lots of them in there. Yeah, scalping strategy, that's coming. It's just another feature. Right now we're building up the group, right, to make it worthwhile to spend the extra money to do these live Zooms. They're not free to do, right? Costs money that you got to pay for channels and stuff to broadcast. Yes, you can get your own Zoom for free, but it's limited on how many people can be in there. So we have a large group, and as such, it costs big bucks to do that. But we are providing this as a free service. Oh, believe me, when we go live with that, everybody in the world will know it. It'll be publicized. Tyler, over there in the YouTube live chat, says, what's your favorite time of the day to trade futures? Well, the bulk of my income I make from 4 a.m. Eastern time on through 10:30, generally. Now, I do make a lot of money also in the evenings. I did not trade in the evening last night. It was one of the few times I haven't traded in the evening. But that market opens back up at about 6 p.m. Well, not about. It does open up at 6 p.m. Eastern time in the evenings. And we trade then. Now, the volume's lower in the evenings, but usually around 7 to 10, the volume really starts to come in enough that even though it's not comparable to during the day, there's enough of it there that things will move, and we make a lot of money in the evenings also. But the 4 a.m. to, during the open market, clear through the open of the New York Stock Exchange, I make a bulk of my money there. I try to do it all before 9:30, to be honest with you, but I have been lately. It's kind of a new thing for me, trading even into the open market, because there's more volatility for one thing, but there's also more volume, which causes more movement, right? You want to see some volatility. So anyhow, we will see. And what else we got? Other questions? You'll sign up when that happens? Great. We'll look forward to you being there. And between now and then, you can feel free to watch these for free live. Now, we do have our futures membership. You can join now if you like. We do 20 hours of training in our live Zoom call, and we trade a little bit. It's more for training purposes. People ask questions, and sometimes, it's educational in nature, and other times we will talk about trades and actually be in trades. It's more for training purposes. It's not that we don't trade, but it's more for training purposes. So they get a minimum of 20 hours inside the Zoom call per week with that. So you need to train more and trade less, so you just don't want to jump in there not knowing what you're doing. So I invite you to come over, grab one of them futures membership, start getting the training now. No sense of waiting, right? It's up to you. You can go to AmericanDreamTrading.com, check it out. Love to see you there. Good. Yep, that's all we would do is concentrate on trading futures. Now, Coach trades futures live, right? He doesn't do it every single day, but because we're talking stock options and things. But he does. You've seen him if you've watched Coach. He actually does trade futures sometimes, just dedicated. He'll pick a day or two sometimes, and that's all he'll talk about is trading the futures. But other people are also calling out things also, so it's not just pure futures like what this is. So check it out if you haven't watched Coach between 9 and 11, because we are live 3 times a day. Coach is live from 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday, and I am live from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time daily. And then we have our aftermarket show starting at 5 p.m. over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. That's with Don, and that's exactly what the name sounds like, after market. After the market closes, you get over and talk about trades. You can ask questions. Matter of fact, you even have an access to a live mic if you want to join the panel over there. So anyhow, check it out if you haven't been there already. And you can always go back and review any of these broadcasts on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. Well, let's take a little quick walk around the block here and see what's going on. Oh, by the way, I have a new microphone. Does it sound clear to you out there on the social medias? How's it sound over there on YouTube? Loud and clear? We got rid of the headset, went to a straight mic. Let me know how that sounds to you out there. Am I loud enough? The volume level's good? Just got it today, so I haven't really even played tweaking it. All right, gold. Made a lot of money on gold today. It was beautiful. Set a new record high today of $3,047.50. Since pulled back from then. But this morning around 5 a.m.-ish, I jumped in that to the downside, and I played it to the upside. And rinse and repeated. Oh, good. Thank you, Tyler. Says, sounds like professional radio. Wow. Thank you for that feedback. Still playing around. I literally took it out of the box and plugged it in. There's software you can use to tweak things. And I didn't even do it. I just took it straight out of the box. It's actually, it's an Elgato Wave DX microphone. So for those of you who do podcasts, you're probably familiar with that. So good. I tried to get rid of the headset. I have hearing loss because I had Bell's palsy a few years back, and the virus affected my hearing, the nerves in my ears, and I wear hearing aids, but putting them headset on, I get slurred speech, as you all know, right? You hear me go, I'm tripping over my tongue. It's just kind of a weird thing, so I wanted to try to get away from wearing a headset and talk maybe more naturally. I don't know. Maybe I'll still slur my speech. We'll find out. So I mumble. I know that. My wife's like, "What? You're mumbling." So thank you for the feedback. Yeah, gold did very well today. Hit another record high today. A lot of uncertainty in the investment world, right? We have the FOMC meeting coming out tomorrow. The meeting is today and tomorrow. Tomorrow at 2 o'clock. When we go live, they will be releasing their interest rates decisions, whether they're going to raise the interest rates, lower the interest rates, or leave them the same. Let me ask you out there over there on YouTube, what do you think they're going to do tomorrow? Type in what you think, right? Same, lower, they're going to raise them, lower them, or leave them the same. Type that in there. What do you think is going to happen tomorrow? I have an opinion, but let's see what you guys think. Do you pay attention? Do you even know what an FOMC meeting is? We've covered them in here before. Let me know what you think, what their Fed's going to do tomorrow with the interest rates at 2 o'clock. Copper also did very well today. There's a huge demand in China for copper, as we've discovered in our research, listening to other analysts and things that goes on around the world, that sometimes you have to depend on some analysts to let you know what the markets are going to do. It's important to know, have a working understanding of what you're trading sometimes. Knowledge is power, right? And look at copper, just nice up and downs. It's climbing up here, hit a high. Matter of fact, it hit the $5 mark today. So it's still up there. 502.50 for a high today. Beautiful. I didn't trade this today. I was in gold. It kind of had the same thing, but it's still... If you have never traded copper, check that out. It can make you some serious money as long as you got the volume to move it. Silver's really kind of psychotic right now. Actually, silver prices should be up in the mid-40s. There's a silver to gold ratio that they follow, or gold to silver ratio, and it's up like in the high 80s to 1 because gold's so high and silver really hasn't followed suit. Now, it is up from where it was, but the normal ratio between gold and silver is super high because silver has just not really followed it. And of course, silver is really being used in, electronics and those kind of things. So demand's there. It's just the prices haven't followed. The indices doing well today. To the downside, if you like playing shorts, you're doing very well right now, especially since, what time was that? 9 o'clock. Just before 9, it pulled back and it kept pulling back. Our members made all kinds of money because they knew what to do with that. And the market dropped, and it dropped dramatically, and it's now since flattened out at its lows. You can see it just kind of consolidating. It's in this channel. Now, we make money when the market goes up because we can do longs, take a long position in futures. When the market goes down, we do take shorts. That's what you call it. When you think the market's going down, you do a short and make money as the market goes down. And then we can also make money when it's like this, flat. Well, how do we do that? Well, that's called channel trading. That's a different strategy. Coach teaches us how to do that. You learn how to do that at American Dream Trading. Basically, you can identify where this channel's at. You know, you can see where the tops, average bottoms are at. You can draw yourself a little fancy line on there, and as it say, let's say this is the top of the channel. If this doesn't break through and rejects off of there, then you buy a short and as it comes down, you play it. And if it's going to stay in this channel, it'll come down here and do a bottom bounce, double, triple bottom bounce, and go right back up. You can ping pong like that, and you can make a lot of money just doing that little bit of motion there. Again, you have to be super laser focused because it could break through up or down and you go to a different channel at any time. But you can see how long this one's been in it. And there's basically a 50 tick value. There's a $500 on a single contract of ES that costs you $4.62 net cost transaction fees. Okay, and you only have to have $96.36 in your margin account. You could have make almost $500 up. You could make $500 down, $500 up, $500 down. So if you'd have rode this channel, right now, you really have to be laser focused because you really got to pay attention. And you should always be phase or locust any trade that you're in, but especially when channel trading because it's not a straight up or straight down. See how it come up here and it's kind of rejecting again. Will it continue to reject? I don't know. You have to trade it, trade to trade that's in front of you. We say trade to trade, chart to chart, trade to chart. All right. Doesn't matter whether it's ES. You can trade anything. Once you learn how to do a chart, get some lines on there, identify it, learn different trading strategies. You can trade anything in the world once you have a chart in front of you. You trade the chart. Doesn't matter whether it's the indices or whether it's trading oranges or oil or gold or NVIDIA or Apple stock. You trade to trade. They're all the same. If you can trade stocks, you can trade futures. It's the same strategies, the same techniques that Coach teaches applies to all investment vehicles. That's the beauty of it. And look at that. See right here? There's $500. I'm just rounding it off, right? That's assuming you got in at the perfect spot and get out at the perfect spot. Now, if this rejects off here, we can do a short and write it down to wherever it's going to ride to. Whether it goes all the way down, we don't know. But you still trade that trade, right? You can see it's broke. It's not I could move this line up a little bit. Maybe I want to, but I'll just stick right there and look where it's struggling to get through. So that's a pretty good spot, right? That's where right now we're at where it opened when the market's open today. So that's a level people are aware of, right? They know where it opened at. Excuse me, when I get a drink. No, good. So that's called channel trading, right? Or I can do an EWO, Coach's 2-minute EWO strategy. I can scalp, right? I can swing trade this, buy it, and hold it till tomorrow if I wanted to. There's all kinds of things you can do, different trading strategies. All right, we got one answer so far out of all of you over there on YouTube. I asked you, what do you think the Feds are going to do tomorrow with the interest rates? Scalping strategy said they think it's going to go lower. Okay, that's one answer. I'll let it go for a while, see what your opinion is, and I'll tell you what my opinion is. In my opinion, and $1.25 might get you a small cup at McDonald's. So just remember that. I'm not the expert, right? I have my opinion based on education and training, but nobody really knows what's going to happen. That's why the markets are kind of squirrely right now, right? Number one, you have tariff talks, right? That's the big thing. Yep. And the other thing is the Fed decision. Now, everybody has a very strong opinion what's going to happen tomorrow, and everybody might be right. But the point is it hasn't happened yet, and there's fear of uncertainty, even though everybody is probably guessing the correct answer. But until that answer happens, we don't know. right? They could raise the rates, they could lower the rates, they could leave the rates the same, right? My opinion is they're not going to do anything tomorrow. They're going to leave the rates alone, because even though inflation is starting to become under control, it's not under control yet. There's still a lot of key indicators that are showing inflation is still being tough. It's stagnant. It's not really climbing all that much, nor is it lowering. So it's kind of just, they call that stagflation, right? The things cost more, right, for the same thing, without moving, and you get stagnant, hence the term stagflation. High interest rates, high prices. Nothing wants to drop and move. And they are low in interest rates. I mean, they have been for the last year. But if the prices aren't dropping accordingly, if the home prices aren't lowering, then you get what they call stagflation. That happens every so often. It runs in cycles. That's just as bad as having high inflation. Stagflation. Google that. STAG-flation. It's called stagflation. It's a real thing, right? If, let's use the egg prices. If egg prices didn't drop, which, they were $8-10 a dozen, which is ridiculous. Of course, I get them straight out of the chicken's butt, so, I'm not paying them kind of prices. But because I live in a rural community, I can get eggs. I can go quarter mile down the road, get all the eggs I want. I can go quarter mile up the road, get all the eggs I want. There's eggs all surrounded by eggs, surrounded by chickens and cows and sheep and goats. As a matter of fact, there's more cows and goats and sheep than there are people in our county that I live in. So very rural, very, very rural. I don't have any neighbors I can see, and that's a good thing. That's how I like it. So, but if eggs stayed up, $8-10, well, that's something. Let's just say it always stayed there. That's now you gotta, if you love to eat eggs, now you gotta adjust your monthly budget to take care of the increase from $3 a dozen to $8 a dozen, or 10, whatever it is, right? And that eats away at your household income. And if it stays that way, well, eventually prices go up again, and it just cuts into your way that you have to live. It's either that or you don't eat eggs anymore, right? And that's what a lot of people do. I ain't paying them prices. I guarantee you I'm not paying $8 a dozen for eggs. I can go up the road and get them for $3 easy, right? So, but that's the advantage of where I live at versus maybe where you live. If you got to go to the grocery store, well, then you're going to pay whatever they want to sell them to you at. So it's called macroeconomics and microeconomics. Everything's tied together one way or another. So I deal more with microeconomics because I know I can go up the road in my own little world and get chicken eggs. I don't have to deal with the macro that these eggs came from halfway across the country, who knows from where, even though it says it on there. And I'm paying not only for somebody to pick them eggs up, now I got to pay for the processor who packaged the eggs and sorted the eggs, and then they put them on a truck and then it's shipped to the store, and the store's got to deal with it. Store's got to make money on those eggs, right? So a lot of people involved is taking a cut of that dozen of eggs before it gets to you. I don't have to do that. I just go up the road and get them right out of the chicken's butt, right? And I say that because I was a chicken farmer all my life. That's why I don't have any chickens on my property. My wife wanted chickens and ducks, and I'm like, nope. Did that all my life. I want nothing to do with it. I have other ways of getting the same thing fresh. So anyway, yeah, I personally think that the Fed's not going to do anything tomorrow. But we'll see, right? Again, my opinion doesn't amount to anything. So we'll see what happens. So right now, everybody's kind of wait and see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. So tomorrow at 2, just as you join us live, you'll see the market react to that news. The market will react to whatever the Fed says at 2 o'clock. They release the official statement, and there's usually a knee-jerk reaction. If they like the news, the market could shoot up all of a sudden. If they don't like the news, the market will drop like a rock. There's always usually a knee-jerk reaction, no matter whether it's good or bad news, then it'll pull back to equilibrium. But it really depends on what he says. And then at 2:30, the Fed chairman actually takes the microphone in front of financial reporters, and you'll see probably within between 2:35, 2:45 Eastern time tomorrow, as he makes his official statement and starts taking reporters' questions where he doesn't know what they're going to ask him, you'll see the market also react accordingly, because they hang on every word that he says. And for those of you who've been with us and following us this last year, you've been with us during those meetings and you've gotten to witness it live, the reaction. So it'll be interesting to see. You should also not be trading at 2 o'clock Eastern time, because you don't know what's going to happen, because the market always reacts, right? Could be, and if you're on the wrong side, if you're shorting it in a short at that time and it comes out really good news and the market likes it, the market will go against you and you'll lose out on your short, and vice versa. If you're in a long and the news is bad, you lose all your money instantly. I mean, literally in 15 seconds, bam, it's gone. So my advice to you, if you're not an experienced trader, you have no business even being in a live trade tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, and also basically between 2 and 3 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. Stay out of it. Now, for those of you who want to play it, I would highly suggest that you paper trade that tomorrow. And we'll talk about this tomorrow, but it'll already be happening as we go live tomorrow. So paper trade it. Get into position. We should never form a bias of what we think's going to happen, but do that. Set yourself up for a trade tomorrow, right a few minutes before 2, and see how quick you can catch the movement if there is one. Would you be successful getting in or getting out? You'll find it's harder than you think. But I would go ahead. It's a good thing to paper trade, right? You're not risking real money. I'll be here live doing this, right? I don't risk real money doing it while I'm talking, but you can do the same thing. That's how you can test out things, get into trade, see how fast you can get out of it. If the thing drops like a rock and you're in a short, well, it's probably going to pull back right away. You don't want to sit in it too long, right? And vice versa, the inverse. So that'll be a good training thing. It's guaranteed volatility, at least for a few seconds, and see how you do. It'll be fun. It's fun. It's fun. It's even more fun if you make money off the deal, right? So I won't be trading a live account myself. I'd rather get into trade after the market settles down and decides what it wants to do, and then play the news that way. Now, I do play economic news releases, but the FOMC is probably one of the most watched, most anticipated government releases of data. So, and that'll all happen live starting at 2 p.m. Eastern on the dot tomorrow. If you get here at 2:01, you'll already see the market reaction to that. That's how fast it happens. As a matter of fact, it'll drop and I assume it comes through the Bloomberg terminals, which is what the big boys trade with, big institutional trading. They get that news probably 10, 15 seconds before it gets pushed out to the general public, and you'll see that happen. I'll have the thing ready to go and be listening, waiting for the news release in written form, and that takes like 10, 15 seconds most of the time, but by then the market's already reacted. So they have that advantage, and that's just how it is. Unless you want to buy a Bloomberg terminal, pay $10,000 a month or whatever it is to have one of them, and plus you have to have super high-speed internet to feed that thing. So anyway, tomorrow will be interesting. So anyway, gold hit a record high again today, set a new record high. The metal markets all have pretty much gone up. Silver hasn't. It did go up to hit 35 today, which is a new recent high. It's not a new high, but it hasn't hit 35 for quite a while. The high this year, it's hit 35,070. So it's not off from the 52-week high. Barely just missed it. It hit 35 exactly. So, and it's pulled back since then. So that's good that it is. If you're into silver, it's moving up. I really don't care what the price is, because I'm trading to trade. I'm trading my chart. These numbers on the side to tell you what the real price is, I could care less. I really don't. Now, I want to know where my key levels are at. I have those drawn on my chart. But I don't care whether it's $34 or $340. I'm trading to trade, right? I'm not going to be too concerned. Now I want to know when it hits new highs and those, and I will trade it accordingly. And when it sets a new high, I just treat that as a trend line, right? As a not a trend line, but as a key level, because now it has to break through that to continue its upward motion. The indices are flat right now. You know, you can see they're in them channels. They're all acting the same way, right? One of our members was trading the Swiss franc. I never traded it, but he likes trading these currencies, and he alerted us to this earlier today during our training session. And look at the money you would have made if you'd have got in that at 9 o'clock this morning, even at 4 a.m. this morning. The thing just took off, went up, pulled back a little bit, then about 8:45 or so, it's been climbing straight up the top, hit a new current year high, current year, not a record, but a current year, 2025, it's highest it's been. The Swiss franc. You ever trade a Swiss franc? I never have. But we have a member who loves currencies. He trades all of them. I do trade currencies, but I tend to be in the euro. That's my go-to, and I didn't trade it at all today, and it did very well. But I was in gold, right? I made a boatload of money in gold today. Happy with it. But you can see it had a nice run up, a nice pull back. That's a lot of money up. That's a lot of money in a trade going down. Then you got into some chop. You could have made money there. You have to know what you're doing. And then it went to another straight up run again, almost back to where it was on its high today. Didn't quite reach it. But it is up. You know, we were playing it here not too long ago, 104, 105. And now it went to 108, now 9, now it hit 10. So it's the way it is. And that part of that has to do with the economic uncertainty right now and the strength of the dollar. Yep. Trading Penny says they get their eggs inexpensively also. So anyway, that's the difference. You got your metals, you got your indices. I mean, there's agriculture, there's I don't even have oil on here. Why do I always have oil up? I didn't trade oil today either. That's probably why it's not on my chart. We'll go take a look at oil, crude oil. I love trading crude oil, and that's not crude oil. That's Colgate Palmolive. It's got the same thing and the same symbol, but in stocks. You can see oil prices are still hanging around the mid-60s. And in fact, they pulled back quite a bit today. At 67.50 is what I call a gold level, right? Looking for a level above and below or below that, as you can see right now. And then I have another gold level down here. It tends to bounce off, and you can see it pretty much did. It broke down briefly through it, come back up, and it's just kind of hanging out there at that lower level right now. You go across, you'll see where it hangs out down there. So that's at the 66.70 mark, 73-ish. So that was some serious money there today. A little bit choppier, but you could have made a lot of money on that. Just about it. Today was kind of really an account-changing day. If you were an experienced trader today, you could have pretty much made money on anything that you traded. I didn't see anything in here that really did not move that much one way or the other. It's kind of flat now, but you know, these up and down movements, this up, this down, this up, this down, this up, consolidation, drop back down. That's huge money. That's big, big, big money, as I've demonstrated before. So that's what you want to see. You want to see the ups and downs. Is it easier, more exciting to have getting something that climbs to just keeps going all the way up or all the way down? Well, yeah. But, you know, like I've said before, these things don't happen every single day. You have more of this type of thing, right? A little short ups and downs, but it's nice and it's exciting when you get these type of things. You know, beginning of today, the market's pulled, right? You look at 9:30, there's a big giant pull that everybody made money on here, right? Just 9 o'clock. I wasn't in the market this morning at 9:30. I had some errands to run around, so I missed out on all that money, all that right there. That is, how big of a drop is that? That is a 130 drop. If you had bought one contract of ES, it was $96, and you get paid $12.50. If I had bought that times 100, we'll just say 130, that's $1,600 right there, one drop. And that would only, net cost of that one contract would have been $6.40, I believe. And that's in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes. You could have made $1,600 with a true net cost of transaction fees of $6. Something like that, right? Amazing, amazing. This is how we make money. And that's just on one contract. If you're trading 2, 3, 4, 5, or 10 or whatever, depending on your account size, do the math on that. That's how much money you can make. It's exciting. Again, that's why I say I don't care if I trade another stock or stock option again. I love doing this. And that's what I do. So, all right, any other questions over there? What about over there on, I don't see anybody interacting over there on Twitch. You guys over there on Twitch, say hi. I don't have my Twitch account open, so I can't tell if there's anybody in there, but if you type something, I will see it because it will show up in this chat box over here. Say hi, Twitch people, if you're over there. Maybe nobody's there today. I don't know. If anybody has a Twitch account and you want to open it and see if American Dream Trading is actually feeding over there, it was earlier today, so I mean, I could open mine, but I won't. If they're there, they'll say hi. Usually CVS frogs hanging out over there for nobody else. All right, what questions do you have over there? YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, any of them over there? What questions do we have today? By the way, make sure you subscribe to the channel if this is your first time being here. Also, smash that thumbs up button over there on YouTube and all your social medias. Click notify so you don't miss any of our broadcasts in the future. And head on over to AmericanDreamTrading.com. Grab our free Discord. We got over 2,000 free training videos that you can watch. Speaking of AmericanDreamTrading.com, let me spend a couple minutes here and let Coach tell you more about American Dream Trading right now.
So if you guys are interested in joining us, head on over to AmericanDreamTrading.com. You guys can sign up for a free Discord or one of our paid membership. Our first paid membership that we have is our regular premium membership. With that, you guys will get access to our Zoom. Inside of our Zoom, you will have a live open microphone. You will get live training and trading starting at around 8:45 until market close every day at 4 p.m. when the market is open. You guys will also receive the hot stock pick, the pre-market setup where we go over strategic levels of certain key different stocks throughout the day you can use, and also at the opening of the bell. As a regular paid member, you will also get the IPO Center, so any new and exciting IPOs that come out, you will get them first. Plus, all the videos on demand. We have around 11 videos to help you get started on your journey with us here at American Dream Trading. They'll go over things like day trading, swing trading, covered calls, cash secured puts, the wheel option strategy, our 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed from being in the stock market over 33 years. When you're ready to step it up, you can join our VIP membership. By the way, the premium membership starts at $200 a month. The VIP membership starts at $500 a month. With the VIP membership, you guys will get access to early training and trading starting at 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's 12 hours of access to us with some of our self-made millionaires, mentors. And then you'll get training with me starting around 8 o'clock every single day. You guys will get the VIP lounge, all the workshop classes. We put on a workshop class once per month. You will get all of the previous workshop classes and any future workshop classes as long as you're a paid member. You'll also get all the VIP training videos. We have over 50 beginner and advanced videos to help your journey. We also have the TradingView indicators. These are an overlay indicator system that goes on top of TradingView. It will require a subscription, which is about $15 a month. This is my 2-minute EWO strategy. You guys can use this with stock, options, futures, and crypto. If you're a VIP member and you want to step it up to our highest level that we have right now, which is VIP Gold, you can do that for an additional $250 a month. Now, with all of our services, you can buy monthly, quarterly, semi-quarterly, or annual, and sometimes we have lifetime deals on these. So make sure you guys are watching for deals. With the VIP Gold, you guys are going to get all the mastermind classes for free, and we have another one coming up. I will let you know when that is coming. You'll also get 1 hour of tech support where we can remote in and look at your systems and help you get set up with your charts, etc. This is not a one-on-one, but this is to help you get started if you need it. We also have weekend training every Saturday at 11 a.m. If you guys have busy lives and schedules and your jobs, right, are always in the way of you trying to get training, well, we have weekend training. We also have the VIP Gold Lounge access, the VIP Gold Priority Help Desk support. We have our news service where we're giving daily and weekly outlooks of the news. We also have breakout rooms every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. with our other self-made millionaires and mentors, so make sure you guys check that out. Everything inside of the VIP room is recorded, so all of these sessions are recorded for you, including all the training that I had mentioned before. You can catch all of this in the replays only for VIP Gold members, so if you have busy lives, everything is recorded for you. Of course, we have other things inside of the VIP Gold, like the 90-day challenge, the debt-free challenge, where we're helping you to become debt-free, and our brand new in beta live Apple chat, where you guys can watch one of our moderators, David over there, live trade Apple with the 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed. He has made currently at this time, as of December 2024, he is over $320,000 in profits that he has made using this strategy over the last 2 years. We also have our brand new futures membership. You guys will start getting training for futures from noon to 4 p.m. every day, and all the training videos, terminology, everything you need to get started in futures with our futures membership. With the futures membership, you guys also get the trading view indicators. So those are only available to VIP and futures members. Some of our a la carte services you guys can get, you can get a one-on-one with a moderator. We have all of our training videos like the mastermind classes, how to grow a small account part 1 and 2 when it's released, but you guys can buy those from our website. You guys can also get inside of our mentorship program. Our mentorship program is $500 a month. You will sit with me every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern for an hour in a small, intimate group where we can go over larger items or just get you kickstarted, right? Can be IRAs, 401ks, SEP, anything you guys want to talk about, swing trading, day trading, right? Anything that you guys want to get inside of that room. It's just like having a one-on-one with me every single week. And again, those are all of our products and services you guys can get at any time by going to americandreamtrading.com.
There you go. There's Coach. Gave you a good overview of AmericanDreamTrading.com. All right. So head on over there. Grab that free Discord. That's the first thing you should do. MJ over there on YouTube Live asks, do I trade prop firms? Are you trading a cash account? I do not presently trade a prop firm. Coach has been doing it. We have a couple other people that are trading them. I am actually going to do it here maybe in another week or so. I'm going to give it a shot and play around with it. I think I can do well with one, but no, I use my own money to trade every single day. It's a margin account. When you trade futures, it's on a margin account. Now it's a little different than a standard stock options margin account. You're not subject to any PDT rules. You don't have to keep 25 grand in there at the end of every day. You just have to have enough to open the account up and keep enough in your account that you can trade whatever contracts that you like to trade, but there's no minimum that you are required to keep in there. And that's the beauty of futures trading. Yes, you are trading on a margin account, but it's different than trading inside inside a stock options one. That's why I like it. I never had a margin account to trade stock options. Too volatile for me. I don't want to risk that kind of money. I don't want some guy standing on my front porch with a baseball bat demanding my margin money that I'm behind on. So anyhow, scalping strategies. If you sign up for the futures, who will I be trading with and between what times? Well, our live training session with our paid members is between noon and 2, and then we go live here. So they get 20 hours, but we do have our live chats that go on inside there. on any of the moderators in there. We try to train and answer questions during that time. We do not have a dedicated live Zoom training during the day like Coach does during the day. That's something that will be coming in the future for futures. And Brandon says, are you trading futures? Are you getting in and out with a limit or market trades? I do 100% of my trades as market. I get in market, I get out market. Now, you can do both. You get a better price if you can do it on a trade limit, set your price you want to. I'm not concerned about that because I'm a scalper. I'm just getting in and out anyway. I'm in and out, in and out, in and out, right? See, I'm waiting on this to break and hold above this level here, and I can enter this trade, right? And again, I can enter this. I have my stop loss. I always trade market order. Do you get the best fill with market orders? No, you don't. But the little bit of it that's maybe, I mean, I get good fills overall, but if you want better fills, you need to do it through a limit order, right? That'll give you your best fills because you're setting a price. So right now I'm waiting on this to break and hold above VWAP, and it's also the high, the New York high of the day. So that's another thing. So I got a double whammy. Not only do I have the New York session high of the day, I also have all my indicators. But this will be a great trade if this can break and hold. In other words, I want to see this I want to see this kind of thing. Here's this candle and then that candle, just stacked on top of that. But because now I'm above VWAP, I want to wait and see another candle on top of this one before I would decide to commit to go long on this. And it'll be a good trade. So technically, you never know how high it's going to go, right? But I'm going to wait for a confirmation candle before I jump in there because it's at a critical level. Even though I don't have a line there, you can see I have this indicator thing on here. It says that's the New York high. So anyway, I would wait for the break and hold above because of VWAP. VWAP acts like a magnet, and you can see what happened if I would have jumped in there too soon, right? Well, I thought, I think it's going to break. We don't care what you think. Trade to trade, trade your indicators, trust your critical levels, trust your critical indicators, which in this case was VWAP. As you can see, I'd have got my face tore off. Now, I would have had a stop that would have stopped me out, but, this bounce back up just as easy, or it can go down. And I'll use the same criteria if I wanted to trade it down, but I'm not going to enter this trade at this point. It's just kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. You got all your two major indicators. This is the 200 MA, and this is VWAP, which is volume weighted average price. Two strongest indicators you can have on your chart. And then I have some minor indicators. This is the 9 EMA, the 21 EMA, the 55 EMA. So, and what that means is these are trend lines that are automatically drawn on there based on the knob accordingly, right? 55 candles back, and it draws a trend. So you can see it's heavy, but it's trapped right here between these, and this is kind of bad. Will I do it? Can I enter it on the downside? Yeah, I mean, I can. If I see a break and hold below this candle, I'll be below the 9. I might think about the trade, but it'll still be a very risky trade because it's just jammed up here. See over here, it was all jammed around these indicators. See how choppy that is? Lots of wicks up above and below, so you can really get tore up here. It's really it's not that you can't make money if you're experienced, but it's also a good way to get your face ripped off because of this volatility, each one of these candles. So waiting on a good setup criteria, I think I'll take a pass on this. There's other things I could trade probably and do equally, if not well. Now, so you see the NASDAQ's the same way, right? It's stuck between the thing. They're following each other, basically, is what they're doing. NASDAQ and ES will tend to, most days, mirror each other in a roundabout way, but NASDAQ is your tech stock, so anything can happen there. I'd rather find some other trade that's not trapped together in here. Why risk my money when I can find something that's maybe not quite as risky? But gold's still up here at the New York Open. There's, this double, triple top. Would I enter this trade? Only if it breaks above here, and I can play it up to the record high. Now, there's not a lot of room there, but I can make a couple bucks. There's a couple dollars worth there. So each one of them, each dollar in movement up would be $100 profit per contract of GC. But Again, we don't get that much volume in the metal markets this time of the day. As you can see, copper, same way, it's kind of flat. Silver, psychotic, it's flat. Your indices, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the Russell, those tend to have more volume and are more readily tradable if you want volume all day. Oil, same way, it kind of drops this time of the day as far as volume and amount of traders in it. So you need people, you need volume to move the price. Lack of volume can actually cause the price to fall out on you, and you can end up losing. So I don't want to wait around. It's better for me not to trade at all and not lose a dime rather than to risk my account trying to squeeze money out of what's little bit is there, right? Again, more experienced trader can get in and out of these trades multiple times. I just don't feel the need. Actually am holding myself back. Oh, there's a break and hold right there. All right. So, there's a chance potential here on the short potential. Sunday night, we were in our live Zoom call. We were trading, and the other members watched me because I was sharing my screen lose money because I was not waiting on break and holds. I was not waiting on good entries. This is still not a good entry, but if this candle comes down and breaks below here, I might take a poke at it to see get in and get out really quick. There's a confirmation there. I could jump in this thing right now, in and out. If it does, I still got to stop to limit my upside, right? Which I'll keep just above right there, right below that. If this thing turns green at all, which it did briefly, if it pulls back, I kind of jumped in a hair soon, but not really all that soon. We'll see what happens. If it happens to pull back on me, fine. If I can get a couple dollars out of this, because this is all a bunch of chop. You really don't want to trade in that. It's really hard. You really got to be on your toes if you're going to trade something like this, because it can go either way real easy. And it's just best to wait for a better setup where your candles are below your indicators or all the way above it, right? If not, then you're going to sit here and struggle when you scalp these things. As you can see, it come down here and didn't really break and hold below the 21, and now I'm paying the price for it, right? So will it come up there and bounce back off that again? It could, right? See my stop, how that worked? Again, this is not real money. This is paper trading. But my stop stopped me out from losing more money by going up above the 200 there. So you really want to wait and dedicate yourself for that pure break and hold before you enter trades. And again, do you really want to see all these wicks? Those things just tear you up. And this is chop. I mean, you can channel trade it, but this is not in that channel. It's above the channel. Now, if it breaks back down below, yeah, sure, I can channel trade that. And the NASDAQ's the same way. See, it's right back to where it was, almost identical. New Zealand or Swiss franc still doing okay. So was the euro again, but these also don't trade much this time of the day. So really the money is kind of in the indices. Now see, now look at that. Now it's going to pull back down again. It just went against me. Now it's going back right back, calling my name. Come try again. Come try again, right? Well, you keep doing that. You're like, oh, this time it's going to do it. And then you end up getting your account wrecked. So it's best to avoid stuff like this if you're not very experienced. Just not worth it. It really isn't. You can live the trade another day. You don't have to trade every day everything that you see, right? Now, if this breaks and holds below here, it might be a little bit better of a trade, right? Because now all my indicators are behind me. That makes for a stronger trade rather than fighting up against these, right? But I still don't like this zone because it's just so choppy, but you can channel trade that. See, now it's tempting me, but is it broken hold below that yet? If I enter this now, this could very easily pull back on me, right? So, you just have to be careful. And the L2 really doesn't show any huge, ginormous walls down here that it wants to pull to. They're all fighting over in the same price zones here. Now, if I happen to see a big contract, say like 80 or something big number, a lot bigger in contracts down here, yeah, I may be more enticed to do it. But right now, they're just sitting there fighting over it right now. There's not that much meat on the bone for me to want to jump in that. So best to wait. Now, if it breaks and holds here, yeah, that's a different story. And you'll start seeing these numbers over here on my L2 get lower. It's over here on this side, so on the right side of my screen. You can see it's just sitting there. You want to do it. It's tempting you. It's calling your name, but you have to resist, right? Wait for that setup. And see that? If I'd have jumped in that thinking it was going to break below, where would I be at? I'd be in another losing trade, right? I got suckered into it. So don't take suckers bets. All right, now here it is trying to break down again. There's a new candle. We'll wait and see here if I can make a couple dollars. But would I trade this with my real money? No. No, but I can demonstrate, right, how my decision making is. I want to see it below this indicator, the 55, because now all my indicators will be in my rear view mirror, and that makes for a little bit stronger. Now, the other thing that makes it weak is the indicators are actually to the upside. 9, 21, and 55 is indicating an upside potential, even though you can see they're getting heavy. See how this is curling down? I really, to make this a good trade to the downside, you want your 9 down here and then your 21 and 55. You want to see this like this right here. This is what you want to see, the inverse. A red trade meaning downward trend, green cloud here meaning an upward trend. So not only am I fighting against this, I'm fighting against the trend. And the trend is your friend. If you fight against it, you know, you're on your own, right? You got to take what you can get and get out if you're going to trade against the trend. Scalping strategy, you can ask all the questions you want, right? Don't be afraid to ask questions. Matter of fact, speaking of questions, let me scroll back up here. Trading, we have, okay, I read that. Prop firms, I read that. If you sign up, I read that. Brandon, I'm trading futures are getting out. Well, I already answered that also. I use market orders. Drewski, good to see you up there. Did I hear Coach right? You guys are running a sale on the Lifetime Diamond for 8K. That was yesterday. I don't know. The general sale was 10. Let me look at the Discord. I haven't looked at it for a few hours. Ange, can you look on the Discord at the promos and see what they are right now, if you would, if you're there, available? They're on our Discord. It's normally 20,000. He put it on sale for 10, and then yesterday for St. Patty's Day for like an hour or two it was that 8. Is that today? I don't know. I'd have to look and see. Pop that up here real quick. Let me fire up my Discord here. And see, we have a promo channel over there on our Discord that you can go and look and see all our current promotions. And that's what I'm doing right now to see if those are still there. Did I find it? Bear with me. Where's my channel at? I don't even see the promo channel. What happened to it? I'm going to say that it's not. Ding, 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 ding. Professional show we got here, huh?
Hey, Mark.
Yes, sir.
If you go in the members lounge
Okay.
at about 8:51, Bruno posted it. It was still active.
Okay.
He has all the links there. I'm not sure if
All right, let me
it's
check
going or
that
not.
out.
At 8:51 a.m. this morning.
Okay. Thank you for that, Timo. Yeah, and then sometimes they sell out because they put a limit on how many, and then they get sold out. The Diamond membership. Yeah, I mean, you can go to our website also, AmericanDreamTrading.com, and you can see those memberships. And yes, it is. Yes, sir, it is. Right there it is on our website. Let me pull this over here and share that screen for you so you can see that.
I posted them for you, Mark, in the YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Coach. Yes, it does have it, and I'll share the screen with you too. I don't know what's
And
wrong
it's
with I don't know
also
what's wrong with Coach. He's giving the farm away again, people. If you're not
That's
taking,
Bruno. I didn't do that.
ah,
And it's,
Bruno, he still got a job. 8,000 right there clearly
I
shows.
saw he did it, and then he ran out the door.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's in the offers and promotions
Yes.
to everybody under new member start here.
Right. It just wasn't showing up on my Discord there, but yes.
Yeah. And I've got a new goal up for YouTube. If you guys do, if we get $10 or more super chats, one lucky winner will win a $250 premium futures membership. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
I'm out. See ya.
Out! You just got here.
See ya.
Okay. See ya. Ah. All right. Well, there's the end of Coach. Too bad he's leaving. Oh, come on, Coach. Anyway, while I was talking, we had our break and hold below the ES. Just what I was waiting for there, right? Can I enter that short now? Let's see what numbers we got over there. Yeah, why not, right? We can enter it. I got to stop, right? See, this is part of the market fill. It filled on that wick instead of the actual body, right? And with a limit order, you can actually, define precisely where you want it at, right? But again, even though the reason that it makes this trade weaker, even though it looks like it may come to the downside, is that these are getting heavy, but yet they haven't really flipped yet, right? The smarter trader would wait until the 9 and this comes up. It's not that you can't make money, but this is just in that chop zone, and it's not an ideal trade. If you want to sit there and be patient and hope it goes down, this is where your limit orders would really come in handy, right? I can say, I'll buy it up here, right? And set your price, and then when it gets there, it fills it, right? You get a better fill. Market order, I got filled. Actually, see how I got filled on the wick instead of the body on the candle, right? So that's the advantage of limit orders. I mark it in, mark it out. This is why I say this is not a fun thing to trade, because it's in a chop zone. You get in this chop, all these candles have wicks on them. That's like, I ain't touching that, right? I would never do that. I just don't like that. Can I get lucky and this pulls down? Yeah, I could, but it doesn't really prove anything. I would not enter this trade anyway. I just want you to see how much that, in a matter of seconds, I'm out $800, right? Because the trade goes with you, and that's what you got stops for. So if I move my stop here, it'll come up. If it goes up to there, it'll automatically exit my trade and limit my losses to $1,100. Now, I'm not going to let it do that, but you get the point, right? Always trade with a loss or stop loss. You never trade without a stop loss, because when these kind of things happen, number one, this was not a wise decision to enter this trade, right? If I was laser focused, I could pay attention, get in, get out in seconds, right? But I'm not, because I'm talking. So, but yes, that diamond membership is available for $8,000. What is the diamond membership? It is an all-inclusive, everything that we've ever created, every membership that we currently have is turned instantly into a lifetime membership. You never pay again. Anything that we produce and is released in the future from today on is also included at no additional cost. So that's a one-time $8,000 payment. And if you go look at what lifetime memberships were, that is actually less than some of the combinations of our memberships. So those are limited. There's not like 100 of them available. So today is the day to take advantage of that diamond membership. That's all inclusive, everything that we ever did. And you will get to get access to every document, every video, every mentorship, every training, every gold break, all those is available for that one price, and anything that we create. And there are new products about to be released, and those will also be included in that diamond lifetime membership. That is free, everything from ever on. And Lonzo, you got your hand raised, one of our paid members over here in the Zoom. What's up?
Yes, I've been here since 2022, but my work doesn't allow me to be able to trade. But I've always gotten the lifetime memberships every time he had it, from the $500 one all the way up.
Mm-hmm.
But I was short $2,000, and then this morning when I heard him say it's $8,000, I hurried and ran to the bank, switched the money over, because I know he said he only had a couple.
Right.
Because that's my price budget, and I just got one this morning. And
You
so
did.
I was like, I'm glad, because I don't have to do it anymore.
There you go. Well, congratulations. Congratulations.
Okay.
So that's a good feeling, right? Now you have access to everything
Everything.
forever.
Yeah, I have to learn how to use it because I do community outreach and I have a big family and I have to provide for them. But
Hmm.
now, next month I'm going to start trading. So I've been trying to learn. But do you do the EWO and the trading view indicators the same way for stocks, options, and futures, or
Yep,
is it a little different?
exactly.
Okay.
Every one of Coach's trading strategies work for stocks, stock options, crypto, futures. Probably even work for bonds, but I don't know how to trade bonds, but I'm sure it works for them too. All investment vehicles this will work for. It works for day trading, it works for swing trading, it works for long-term trading. Every type of investment vehicle and however you want to trade it, they all work exactly the same. You know, if you've been trading stocks or stock options, you come over to futures, you'll realize Coach has already trained me how to trade futures. You just didn't know it, right? The lingo's a little different, right? Same way if you go to crypto, the lingo over there is a little different, right? Just something, but you still trade to trade, trade to chart, trade the indicators, trade your levels. It's exactly the same. A chart's a chart's a chart. Trade it.
Now, do you get news separately for futures that you should identify? Because I know it's time, key numbers, and market indicators, and you
Yep.
have to be able to be versed in all of them. So the news that you would get for futures, is that somewhere different than you would look for?
I'm
Same
glad
thing
you
with
asked because included with your futures membership every Saturday, you will get a futures newsletter, just like the VIP Gold members do. And within that, you will get relevant futures news, the different markets from all around the world, London, Tokyo, Australia, you name it, all around the world, all the different markets. There's also will be articles in there about the different sectors that there are in trading futures, like metals and agriculture and energy and indices. You know, you name it, we try to cover it. There's also general information articles in there, and the most important thing is economic news releases that are coming up in the following week for all the markets around the world. Our members get that newsletter, and you can pull up, it'll be listed in there on Monday. You can look and say, okay, what news events are being released today that may affect the markets in London, or what news is coming out in Tokyo markets, or what news is coming out in the Australian markets, what's going to be released in Germany today that may affect what I'm trading. And you'll know that ahead of time. So you'll have all that generally on Saturdays that you can look and plan your whole next week out on. You know, if you like trading the metal sectors and that's your jam, well, you want to know what news affects those things. So you can look at that economic calendar, which is broken down by each day, Monday, you know, even sometimes Sundays nights, not that much on there usually on Sunday nights, but there is sometimes. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Friday, you know. So you'll have that in your hands generally on Saturdays, early, usually around before noon. And you have all weekend, Saturday and Sunday, you could plan out your whole following week just based on economic news if you like trading against news. And we do that, and we do make money doing that, knowing when those critical things come out. Now, you know, those are planned economic releases that, of course, we can't control when the head of state gets on TV and opens their pie hole, right? Those things will move the markets also. But we know that, you know, just here in the United States, the economic news releases, right, will affect the market. So knowing these critical economic releases in all these other countries, yes, you can use those to make money in the futures market. So look for
is that
that.
via email or text? Do they
It'll
send
be
that?
in our Discord. Yep,
Oh,
we have a
okay.
channel, and if you go look at the futures channel, there's a futures newsletter channel. It'll be posted in there.
Okay. And then one last question: does the Asian market or European market that opens or closes early in the morning, does that weigh on your thoughts and views about how our market's going to be for futures?
Yes, yes,
Okay, thank you.
yeah, it does. I mean, if you even watch any of the news channels, they'll talk about that. Oh, the futures are up today, or they're down today, or da 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 because of this or that. Yes, everything. We live in everything's interconnected. The United States is not our own little world, even though we may think it is, right? They're imperialistic views. But, you know, there's more to this world than just the United States, and we're all interconnected financially. And it's a big macroeconomic economy. And so what happens in the U.S., of course, is the biggest, you know, economy, obviously, right? But what happens in London can affect us. What happens in Tokyo can affect us. What happens in Australia, not so much, but can affect us, right? You know, what Germany decides to do with their interest rates, or Canada, all of them. So they're all intertwined. And knowledge is power, and having that knowledge ahead of time, you can try to capitalize on it. Now, we know when it's going to be released on what day at what time. Now, you have to know what to do with that news, right? And we get that via our training through American Dream Trading. And we also hang out in the futures live chat. We can discuss that and remind each other, hey, you know, this news is coming out. Those type of things. We get into those discussions also. And you can go in there right now and go into the futures newsletters channel, and you can see every newsletter that's ever been produced. That's the great thing about that Diamond membership. You get instant access to everything. Everything that was there in the past that's been created. You can go check it out and see, kind of look at it. You know, there's a lot of things in there you may not understand the logo or units of measure that they're talking about it, but the more you read them, you know, the more you become familiar with, you know, the lingo of futures, right, and what they're talking about. So,
You know if they identify the Globex different now, because now they have pre-market, so you could trade before and after. But the Globex used to be you could trade day and night and overseas markets as well. Do you know if Webull allows that or not?
no, well, that's, you got to go with, you're talking about Forex. That's its own thing. You know, we're futures market, even though we can trade currencies and that type of things. It's actually a futures currency trade. It's not a pure, I mean, they're one and the same when you get down to it. But with Forex type of trading, you can trade more like pairs. You can trade the US versus Canada, or you can trade the Canadian versus the Australian. You know, there's more pairs and stuff available that's not so much involved in the futures. Depends on the broker too, right? But generally with Webull, theirs is more of just singular currencies or the US dollar slash other countries. You don't have the combos of Canada and Australia type of things. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
it's just
but
not the
that's its
world.
own, you know, kind of thing. Webull kind of limits it to the US pairs.
Okay.
But yeah,
All right. Thank
matter
you very
of
much.
fact,
Yeah.
we have a very strong currency trader that trades in for, well, we have a lot of traders, but I'm not sure you've heard Ralph talk before. He would love to talk to you about that. He will go on and on and on for you because he does. I don't trade those like that Forex. I don't pure Forex. I don't trade. I do it with futures, but Ralph, he's big into the Forex market also. And I've learned a lot about currencies just with our conversations with our paid members, with Ralph being one of them. He loves it.
About 20 years ago, I used to trade options, and we played the Globex, which allows us to play the global market.
Yep.
But I know lots changed since COVID and some other stuff and the crash of the market, because they don't allow you to do it. And I noticed that they halt the stocks when they didn't used to halt them before.
Oh,
If too fast or too low. So that might have been, I was thinking the options, not the actual futures, because I haven't done futures. I just did options. And
yeah.
that was 20 different now.
Futures trade 23 hours a day during the week. It opens up at Sunday night, 6 p.m. Eastern time, and runs. And then it closes at 5 p.m. Eastern. And it's closed between 5 and 6 p.m. Eastern. And other than that, it's 23 hours a day. It's the beauty of it. I love it. We trade in the evenings, trade early in the mornings, during the open market, however you like to. And closes, of course, you know, Friday at, you know, after 4. So, and then it's closed Saturday. That's the difference. Where Forex, you know, they let you trade, you know, Saturdays, and crypto you can trade on Saturdays also. But the futures market CME group shuts down Friday afternoon and then opens up Sunday night at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, well, thank you for all your insightful information, and you do an excellent job on trying to promote all of his products that go on during the day, because I hear your voice when I'm over there. Even if I can't trade, I'm out working, but I still listen to you. But it's good because people really need to know. You don't know who's getting on and off at what time, but you do it pretty good through the whole day. So I just want to say you're doing an excellent job at what you do.
Well, thanks for the kind words, and congratulations on that Diamond membership, man. Now you have access to everything. You can go trade crypto, you can trade stocks, stock options, futures, you name it. Not only that, you know, really the one of the things you want to hit is go look at those mentorship classes and the mastermind classes. If you haven't been involved in them, man, that's the first place you ought to go. Go watch them videos. Those are worth millions of dollars, just the information that Coach gives out in that trainings. And they are recorded. All the past ones are available to you, from the very first one that was ever created up till today. And any future ones also, you'll get access to that. So even though you may not be able to attend the class physically based on your schedule, You can watch them anytime at your leisure.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do is retrain myself because it's different. And then, yes, I knew something 20 years ago, but I forget what I learned because it's different now. So you can't bring what I had to today's table.
Good.
So I'm going to train myself first so I can be ready for next month to start paper trading for a month and then see if I go green or not.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
That's common sense there. That's a good strategy. Yep. Good. Congratulations, Alonzo.
Thank you.
Okay. So there you see the benefit. There's one member that took advantage of that $8,000 offer. Scalping strategy asks, so for $500 a month is equal to the lifetime membership? No, it's basically what he got with that 8,000. He got the stock options, he got the futures, he got the crypto, and there's the mastermind classes. There's the mentorship program itself is $500 a month, I think, right? That's $6,000 a year just for the separate mentorship program with coach. It's like a one-on-one with coach on that. That itself is $500 a month. That's $6,000 a year. So you can see the value of the diamond mentorship. It gets you the premium, which is, if you want to look at it, it's $125 a month. So that's, VIP is whatever, So you can go to the website, go add them all up yourself, and you'll see that $8,000. Yes, $8,000 sounds like a lot of money, and it is a lot of money. But in relationship to everything you're going to gain out of that, it's actually over a $50,000 value if you buy all those things separately. Like I say, the mentorship videos themselves, just with coach teaching them, it's like a private 1 hour class every month. Every month? Yeah. And all the VIP gold breakout rooms, all that stuff is recorded, and it is an amazing value. It really is. Just the education part, just to sit there and listen to all that. You have instant access to all of that.
Do you know if you still get the one-on-one?
No, it did when he first came out with it. There was a limited amount. Those are done.
Okay. Thank you.
I believe you do. I'm not 100% sure. You'd have to go in and ask. I don't know if there's a one-on-one with one of the moderators, like David or Palm or GC. I don't know if that offer's still on that. I would go in and go into the membership lounge and just tag like Bruno, and ask him if the one-on-one with the moderators is still involved in that. I know it isn't with Coach because that was a very limited, because that itself is a $6,000 value right there. But it was when it first came out. But
okay, thank you. I think I'm going to do that.
Yeah, just pop a note and say at Bruno Portuguese, right? And he'll be able to answer it. Or you can make out a help desk ticket. That would be even better. You wouldn't even have to post it if you don't. You want to go ahead and make out a gold VIP desk ticket, do that. You'll get that answered right away.
I might be able to answer it for you. What was the question? I just got back.
Well, Coach doesn't have the one-on-ones in the diamond packages, but I don't know if the one-on-one with a moderator still is.
Not part of the diamond package, no.
Yeah.
Palm and GC offered up to help push the sales of it that one time, but that's it.
Yeah, just make out a help desk ticket and check it out for sure. Thank you. Anyway, congratulations on that diamond membership, Alonzo. Okay, Kenna says, hey Kenna, I already have opened a futures account on Webull and you funded it. What is the recommend for advanced quotes level 1 or 2? Okay, that's a good question. Do you know how to trade off the L2? You need the L1 for the live data. That way your candles match the prices. Okay. If you do not understand how to use the L2, which is this up here in my upper right-hand corner above my head, this is the L2. Now, I use this to make money because I understand what this is telling me. If you're not at that point yet that you understand, because this basically is about $40 a month for this, okay? And it's the same with all brokers. It's $38 plus tax, so you just might as well figure $40 or whatever. It depends on what state you live in and what taxes and all that jazz. If you don't understand how to use the L2 and what it's telling you as far as being able to use it to make money even trading, then just get the L1, which is what you have to have minimum so that you have live data. And that's like $11 a month, basically. So, Kenna, if you don't trade presently with this and you don't understand it, then until you do, till you get trained on what this all means and how to use it to your benefit, then just get the L1, save yourself the money at this time. That would be my recommendation, is get the CME Group L1 data package only. Don't buy any group things, because they will let you buy things in groups, and you don't need all that garbage. All you need is the L1 or the L2. And again, if you're not using the L2 and you don't understand what all these numbers rolling around here mean and how to use that to benefit your trades, then just get the L1 for now till you learn this. And we teach you how to do this, by the way. Teach you how to do that. So hopefully that answers your question. Diego, can you paper trade future contracts on Webull? You most certainly can. Again, you need to have the data package for futures. Futures is, their data package is ran by a totally different company, and that company is the CME Group, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, which runs the futures market. The NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange run the stock and stock options. That's an entirely different data package. The NASDAQ and New York Stock Exchange one, which you only pay $2.99 a month for, does not work with futures. And the futures thing, because it's through the CME Group, does not work with stocks or stock options. So yes, if you're going to trade stock options, and futures, yes, you have to have two different set of data packages, unfortunately. But it's just ran by two different companies. That's the issue, right? And the CME Group's based out of Chicago, and of course New York Stock and NASDAQ's based out of New York City. So unfortunately, yes, that was it's the price of doing business. That's just how you have to look at it. But yes, you paper trade. As a matter of fact, I paper traded for 3 weeks, even though I consider myself an experienced trader, right? Only because I've been doing it for 2 years, over 2 years now. I still paper traded futures before I even funded my account. You should never trade real money when you're learning something new, Kenna. If you'd asked me earlier, I'd have told you to paper trade, don't even fund a real account, because what's going to happen, you don't fully understand what's going on. You haven't received the training that you need, and you're going to find you're going to blow up your account in 30 days because you're not going to understand what you're doing. Even though it's similar to other things, there are some differences. You should never use real money while you're training, while you're learning. Until you develop the skill and you develop the confidence, never, ever use real money. You weren't making money in the futures market yesterday, so don't be in a hurry to make money in the futures market tomorrow. Okay? Please, I implore you to paper trade. When you prove through paper trading that you can trade successfully and you can repeat the results day in, day out, whether that takes you 30 days, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, whatever it is, we all learn at different levels, different speeds. Until you learn to do it, do not use real money. All you're going to do is blow up your account. And then you're going to say, oh, I can't do this. It's too hard. It's not really hard. It's not easy, but it's not hard. There's a difference, right? Once you get the education and training and you get some experience, you'll find that your success rate will tend to be higher. But just coming in here with money and I'm going to make $1 million tomorrow, not going to happen, all right? So even with me, with my experience, I paper trade for 3 weeks. We have a lot of new futures members who are very experienced, very successful stock and stock option traders. But I tell them the same thing because I care, and it's a new thing, right? You want to try it out, prove that you know how to do it, know the lingo, know what a point is, know what a tick is, know what a tick value is, how much does it pay per tick, those things. While similar to trading stocks, they are different. So I implore you to take your time. Paper trade, paper trade, paper trade. And thank you for asking that, Diego. Yes, you can paper trade. Very important. Simulated trading. If you have the real-time data package with it, which all you need the L1, you can enter trades in real time with real prices, entering and exiting to see how you do. But the whole purpose of paper trading is to learn your broker's software, How do I enter a trade? How do I exit a trade? What are the 4 other ways that I can enter a trade? What are the other 4 ways I can exit a trade? How do I trade futures on my cell phone? How do I trade futures on my laptop? The softwares, even though it's from the same company, there are variations. The ones on the cell phones and the tablets are not as advanced as the desktop version. Okay. But you need to know how to trade on your cell phone. You also know how to trade on your tablet. It's best to have 3 versions. You don't have to, but you should at least have to have a backup version. What if my computer burns up right now, or somebody hits a power pole, knocks power out to my house? Now I don't have my computer to get out of my trade, and if it's going against me, I'm talking about losing a lot of money, right? So you need to know how to trade on your cell phones. You need to master the software on multiple devices before you even think about trading real money. Again, I can't force you to heed my advice any more than I can anyone else, right? But if you come in here uneducated, unexperienced, you're going to lose money. And I tell our experienced stock traders, stock options, which stock options is hard to do too, to be successful. They come in here, they're very good, making buku bunches of money in stock options. They come over here. I told them the same. As a matter of fact, I tell them to trade micros, right? The smallest of unit that you can trade. Don't worry about making money. You got to prove to yourself that you can get in and out of trades, and that's the important part. It's not about making money when you first come in. It's getting the mechanics down, making sure you know how to do that. By the way, Coach has rules against that. Did you know Coach had rules? Anybody know about Coach had rules?
What are coach's rules?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's let Coach tell you.
Some of the rules. Okay, perfect question. You're asking the right questions. I like it already. I'm new here. What are the rules? That's what I'm talking about. So again, right, some of the most basic rules so I can help you guys. Think about this. Stop losses on each and every trade. What does that do? Keeps you from losing your accounts, right? Not hard. Paper trade only when you're a new trader. It makes sure you're not blowing up your accounts. You're not obviously ready for this, am I right? Think about it. Every rule I have is not make money, it's keep your money. Don't trade in the first 3 minutes or the last 8 minutes of the day. It's the hardest time of the day. I've been doing this 33 years. It's very hard. I get chopped up all the time and I'm like, ooh, it looks good. Oh, it looks good. Oh, I'm going to do it again. Oh, stop. I'm doing it to protect you, right? If you're a new trader, don't trade in the first 30 minutes because it is the most volatile, right? Until we get the shift change when volume comes in again at 10 o'clock. Because why? The very beginning is like this. Yo, 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 yo. Typically, after the first 30 minutes, it will try to decide which way do I want to go today. I'm avoiding you getting wrecked, right? Last hour of the day is power hour, high volume, hedge fund managers making the things happen, trying to get markets to move the way that they want. I'm telling you to stay out of it. So if you're like, well, I keep getting burned up, why are you doing it? Right? Journal. It's for your own mental strength so that you can see what you are doing on a daily, consistent basis. That's all it is for. Did I trade it right or did I trade it wrong? What should I have done? What could I do better? That is what it's for, right? It's your homework every day. You guys can go back and review your trades and go over your journal and what should I have done right there and why did that not work out? It will help you, right? You're strengthening your brain and you're getting rid of your own stuff. Small position sizes. I say that because usually when you go into large, your emotions take over. You're not trading robotically. You're not trading the trades. You'll end up blowing up your accounts, right? That's when we make a lot of mental mistakes is all the difference was we're going in too big. Let the runners run and stop out the losers. Again, notice the stop part is the most important. Stop out the losers so you don't continue to lose money. If you find yourself in these bleed out sessions, oh, well, I hope. Oh, it's going to come back. Oh, we'll see. Oh, it's coming down to support. Oh, it broke that support. Maybe this next, oh, stop. Draw a line in the sand. Use the stop. And then when you guys go green, right? You're like, oh, I'm up 100. I'm taking that. That's my daily. That's what I told myself. That's what I told myself. If I can make 100, I'm going to take that. It could have turned into 2,000. Why are you taking 100? Let the runners run. I notice I never said take all the runners off the table. Never said that. I've never said that in my life. We use the shedding technique. We collect as it goes. We take off as it goes, because that way we are guaranteeing locking in realized profits. Remember, nothing is realized until you actually click, right, the sell button. All these rules are in place, ladies and gentlemen. They're there to help you. If you can't do these very basic things we talk about, right, how are you going to advance? Stop saying woe is me. Stop saying I don't get it. Stop saying I'm not a good trader. I guess I'm never going to get it. Yeah, because you can't follow my basic rules. They're there for a reason. Again, follow the freaking rules, right? And listen, I know when I get on you guys, you know, I don't get to sell anything and I don't get to make any money. And it's just, I don't care. I need you guys to understand so that you guys can get ahead in life. This is what we're doing this for, right? So when I'm in this mode, right, and again, like, oh, I'm not listening to any of this. You need to listen to all this. This is where the secret sauce, this is the golden nuggets, not the, coach, just call out that runner. That isn't going to do you any good, right? It doesn't matter. There's 8 million people in this room. We could call out stuff all day long. You could just hear us shouting stuff. That isn't going to help anybody. If you don't know what to do with it, what good does it matter if one is up or one is down? That means nothing to anybody if you don't know how to handle it. You might get lucky and catch a momentum, and you're like, oh, I'm a great trader, and you just keep getting out a million times. It's because it's been going in the same direction all damn day, right? Can you duplicate it? Can you recreate the process every day consistently? This is all about consistency, okay?
There you go. There's Coach's rules. That don't sound too hard to follow, do they? But we have people that can't listen, can't follow those rules, and every day they wonder why they lose money. I know every time I break one of those rules, I lose money. I know better. Listen to the Coach's rules. You know, I'm reminded on a constant basis the importance of following those rules. Why? Because at least once a day I'm losing money. It's usually because of that. So there's a reason for it. His rules are not there to make you money, like he said. They're there to help preserve your capital. What you lose today, what you flush down the toilet today, you can't trade tomorrow, right, Doug? There you go. So anyway, follow Coach's rules. Yes, I unmuted. Right, Doug? Follow Coach's rules. They're there for a reason. Help preserve your account. What you lose
Save
today,
that money.
You can't trade tomorrow. So I had to Zoom people muted. All right. So go over to AmericanDreamTrading.com and check out all our different memberships. You can compare them. Once you get on the main page, you can compare all the benefits of every membership. And I think you'll like what you see. Nothing else, go to AmericanDreamTrading.com, or as I like to say, .com, and get our free Discord. Scroll down about halfway down the page, you'll see a place there that you can join our free Discord. When you do so, you'll have instant access to our stock lounge where you can hang out with other American Dream Trading members, ask questions, discuss trades. You get instant access to some of our training videos and documents to further your education. And there's also some discounts, packages, and things inside there also. If you want to buy a new Tesla, I think you can get $2,000 off a new Tesla if you're in the market for a Tesla, just by joining us live and coming over there to our free Discord and signing up. So, all right, let's see. J Trades is our way to set hotkeys for shedding positions based on a percent instead of set quantity. I don't think there is. You can do buys and sells with hotkeys. You can do it within the trading widget. Yes, you can establish what you want to trade, how much you want to shed. There's not one that I'm aware of, but I'm not a big hotkey user. I'm more of a mouse person. I like to clicky click 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 my mouse. So, but you can check out within your whatever broker you're using if they have that. I'm not aware that it does that, especially based on a percentage. You just got to kind of know. I know you can put in, if you have 10, you want to shed 20%, you put 2 in and get rid of it, right? Shed it out of there. All right, so the market's really been flat today. Not a whole lot of thing here going on. Everybody's in anticipation tomorrow. Tomorrow may be choppy. Might want to be careful tomorrow, especially come around 1 o'clock. At 2 o'clock tomorrow is the FOMC Fed meeting, where they will be releasing their decision on what to do with interest rates tomorrow. So my advice to you would be not to be in a trade at 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, because the market tends to react to whatever the Fed statement is. And then again at 2:30, the Fed chairman himself will take the podium and make a statement, written statement that he reads, and then he will take questions from the financial reporters from all around the world who want to be there. So again, there will be another period of increased volatility between that 2:30 and probably 2:15, 2:50 time period while he is speaking. Some days he speaks longer and other ones he doesn't. So my advice to you is do not trade at all, especially between 2 and 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Of course, we will be going live just as that news comes out. So if you're here right at 2 o'clock, you'll see on my chart the market reaction. I'll pull up ES. That will be the one I watch, or SPY if you want to look at a stock version. And we'll see the market's reaction, either up or down, or they just may say, it's a nothing burger. We already knew that was what the answer was going to be. My view is, I think that, and again, my view, and $1.25 might get you a small cup at McDonald's. But my opinion, based on everything I've read, is they're not going to do anything. They're just going to leave it alone. But we don't know. The market's already figuring on them not doing anything also. But until their decision comes out, we really don't know what the answer is. They could surprise you, and the market can react accordingly. So I'm looking forward to it. It's always an exciting time, but I would highly suggest you're not in an actual trade at that time unless you're an experienced trader. Now, I will paper trade live the reaction to the news and show you how you can do that, but I wouldn't do it with my real money, right? Well, I can do it with my real money. Have I done it with my real money? Yes, I most certainly have. I love to trade on scheduled news. That's why I like the economic news releases. They're scheduled on a certain day at a certain time, and I like taking that news and trying to profit from it, and we do very well doing that. And all our paid members know exactly what day or what time any particular product economic news release is going to happen. So I'd look forward to that. Will I be trading real money tomorrow? No, of course not, because I'll be hanging out with you fine folks, and I do not trade my real account live because I get distracted talking to everybody. So I'm not about to risk my family's money. As much as I like you fine folks, I'm not going to risk it. Why I'm doing a live broadcast any more than I would do it live while we're in training mode with our paid members. So anyhow, so check that out. Join us tomorrow too. It'll be exciting. Paper trade it. Get your thing all set up. Get your charts all set up. I would try to do one of the indices such as the ES or the NASDAQ, which is NQ. Paper trade those. Have your chart loaded up. How many contracts that you would normally be able to trade based on what your account size would be, right? If your account will only allow you to trade one, then set up for one. If you have a large enough margin account, you could trade two, and so on and so forth. There's no sense going in there trading 10 when you can't buy 10. What does that prove, right? It doesn't prove anything. So encourage you to do that tomorrow. Now's a good chance on a high volatility, potentially high volatile news release, and see how you do. I'll be interested in seeing what everybody types in here tomorrow. I'll ask you guys after the news hits, how'd you do? Were you able to get in and out of the trade? That's the key, right? Getting in and getting out is the different story, right? See, now we have this pull. See how it broke and held below the indicators here? That would be an entry. But again, now it's back in this channel. It's hanging out. As you can see, I mentioned this channel at the beginning of our broadcast. Has it really left that channel since? Nope. I don't want to trade that. Now I can if it's just me and I'm staring at my screen, you know, I can possibly do that, but this is really ugly. I'm looking what's behind me and seeing the wicks that are here. So you really got to be on your A game to trade that, because those will stop you out in a heartbeat. But that's a big drop of money right there. That's some serious money. So that break, here's your break and hold. You could have entered here. You know, if this comes down, there's just say 25 ticks potentially you could have made times 1250 on one contract. Do the math on that. How much does that add up to? So anyway, looking forward to tomorrow. I won't be trading tonight, as a matter of fact, as I have to be some places tonight. So I'm going to miss out on trading tonight. I missed the open market today. Also, I had errands to run. And you know what? I don't care. Why? Because I did very well this morning. I have that freedom of time as a day trader. I don't have to trade every day. I do trade every day. I have withdrawals. I'm a crack addict. I'm a day trading addict. If I don't trade one day, I get all, you know, have withdrawals. But I have that freedom of time that no other job in the world can give you like this. I can go run like I did today. Me and the wife went and ran some errands this morning. Right when the market opened at 9:30, I signed off and we did what we had to do. And I got home about, I don't know, 10:30, I think, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, got back in time. Got a chance to get a bite to eat and everything, get ready. And look at that drop. See that? Could have entered that. Now let's see if this bounces down here on my white line down there. That would be a support level. And see if it bounces. Let's watch. That is a level of support. Why? Because look at where all these other ones stop. Right? Now we're in the most volatile part of the day, right? Which coach says you shouldn't be trading unless you're an experienced trader. And look, the wick come down, just about touched that line. Didn't quite touch it yet. And sometimes they won't. People will get out of their positions right before it hits that critical level, right? In this case, support coming down. And then may ride it back up again and get out right up here on the resistance at the top. That's how you make money channel trading. As you can see, there's a lot of volatility in these candles, the wicks coming out of the top and the bottom like that. A lot of volatility. And look what it's doing. Is it pausing there or what, right? So you could get out of the trade. Now it's pulling back. It hasn't decided whether it wants to blast through that. That's at the 56, 58 level. 56, which one am I on here?
56, 59, 75.
Yeah. Which
Is
is
the
right
level I
here.
have
So
now.
you got 660s, right? So right now it doesn't want to pull down there, and there it goes right back up. But you can see, I don't know if you can see it on your screens that you're watching at home, but that wick actually touched that white line, my level of support down there. It actually touched it. And what did it do? See, that's how you channel trade. You write it up and down. But look how ugly these are. That is just, unless you're super experienced and quick on thought, quick in the brain, and quick in your reaction time with your mouse button, entering and exiting trades, that's not for everybody there. So why would you want to put yourself through that stress? Just plain ugly. Now, I guarantee you, our experienced traders right now are making all kinds of money off this, right? You get in and get out. Coach trades this stuff all day long, right? Trade a candle. I can trade these individual candles. I mean, I can do that, right? I can come down here. I can trade these, get in and out of these in a heartbeat. But, do I want to do that, right? I'm going to play the downside when it bounces off that 9 up there, all right? When it pulls back, which I got in here too soon, I'm going to play that bounce off that 9. I did that on market. You can see how the fills are bad. And if it don't bounce off that, then I'm out of it, right? So we'll see if this pulls back, which it's not. See, that's how volatile this is. It's right back up to where it was. We'll see what happens here. We're in the most volatile. You don't know if it's going to shoot to the moon. Yeah, we can cut bait there. Anyway, get out of that trade. If I think it's going to go down there, I can get into that and get out of it, right? but just hanging there. So you don't know what it's got. This is why it's very dangerous to trade, because you can go in either way. It could go against you. I was looking at the L2, the number was dropping over there, and it changed so quick. Now I've had 2 red trades in a row, right? And I still don't see these wanting to pull back. There's 667s at the bottom, but that's right where I got in at. Until that goes to 6s, it's not going to want to pull back. Now it's in an uptrend, right? But it can easily reverse either way. That's why one of coach's rules, unless you're an experienced trader, you need to stay out of the market. See how much money I lost. Now I'm gaining some of that back, but this is a very volatile time to be trading, and unless you're very experienced, you shouldn't be doing it, right? So I would not trade this in real life. This is, and the main reason is because I can see what it was doing back here, and that's like, that's just plain ugly. I ain't dating her, right? And I don't want to. Why would I want to put myself through that when I can go trade something that's less reactive and maybe make some bucks? Now I told you about the metal sectors really don't have a lot of volume in the latter part of the day. See how big these candles are over here? Look at them now. See how tiny they are? Not that much price movement because there's not that much volume to move them around. Same way you'll see the same thing in the currencies. They don't have a lot of volume either. See how tiny those candles are comparatively, right? See how small they are? No volume. People are already done trading this for the day compared to where they were back here. So really the ones that get volume in this time of the day is your indices, your S&P 500, your Dow, your NASDAQ, the Russell 2000. See how all these candles are still pretty nice size compared to the other charts we were just looking at, right? They got some meat to them, some meat on the bones. Look at the NASDAQ. You know, there's Ralph's line from yesterday. For those of you who watched me eat crow yesterday, there's Ralph's line. I'm going to leave that on my chart forever. It'll be a reminder. But now, if this breaks and holds above this could be a play too, right? You can make money on the upside. I mean, it's probably the ES is probably doing the same thing. See how they mirror each other? They're almost identical charts. There's there's the S&P 500. There's the NASDAQ. If I flipped them so quick you couldn't see a move, you wouldn't know they were different charts, really, right? So, you know, you can jump up on these things, right, and try to make a quick buck. But again, this is not the time of day to be trading if you don't know what you're doing. I'm not. There's no way I would trade this with my real money. Just don't do that. Thank you, Scalp and Strategy, for coming by. I will have a great day. Thanks for wishing me, us one, and everybody else. Thanks, whatever it says, do you need a margin account to paper trade in Webull? No, you have to have, you need to get approved, which you have to answer questions, but it is a margin account when you're trading futures. Now, you don't have to have a funded account to paper trade. You just need to get approved and pay for the real-time data, the L1, CME L1, to be able to effectively paper trade in futures. You don't have to fund your account. Matter of fact, I would highly suggest you don't fund your account while you're paper trading. That way you will not be tempted to use real money. In that way, you can't lose real money. So, yes, Ralph, it is moving towards your line. There's no way in the world that is going to hit your line today. I don't care what you say. I might be right today. I know better. I learned that yesterday. I don't want to eat crow 2 days in a row, so I'm not making any predictions. For those of you here yesterday, I had to publicly apologize to Ralph because I said he was nuts and what he was talking about. And it turned out I was the one that was nuts and didn't know what he was talking about. And Ralph, it hit that line exactly dead on, just like Ralph predicted it would. Yep. Thank you, Tanner. Yeah. So do not fund an account while you're learning. You need to train more, trade less. So when you get to the point that you feel that you've listened enough and you get a little bit of education and it's starting to make sense to you, only then do you go to paper trading. We don't even want you paper trading while you're learning because you're diverting your attention away from listening to what the teachers, the moderators, coach, whoever you're listening to is trying to tell you. And if you're paper trading in there fiddle farting around with clicking buttons, you're not really learning anything. You're not listening, right? You're not actively listening. So we want you to listen first, then worry about doing any paper trading later, right? Listen, 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 take notes, ask questions, listen, 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 take notes, ask questions. Eventually things will start making sense to you. But until then, there's absolutely zero reason to even paper trade, right? Let's go in steps, right? You don't run a marathon by just jumping off your couch and slapping on a pair of tennis shoes and go run 26 miles. Ain't going to happen. right? You're going to collapse somewhere. Same way day trading. You know, you got to learn. You got to start out slow, build up endurance. You know, you'll end up crashing and burning and blowing up your account and your real money. So then once you get to a comfort level where you're gaining understanding and things are smooth, then you can go to a paper trade and learn how to enter and exit a trade with fake money, right? Put your coach's trading strategy to the test, right? And do that for however long, whether it's 30 days, 30 months, 30 years, however long it takes you to really get her down and prove to yourself, and that you can continually on a day in and day out basis that you can repeat successful trades. Then and only then can you consider trading with real money. But until then, that's a long way off. Don't get excited. Take your time. We truly want to see you succeed. And if you will follow that advice that I just given you, you increase the likelihood of your success. Does that guarantee your success? Absolutely not. We have people buy memberships all the time, come in here, blow up their account, and fail. And you never hear from them again. Why? Because they didn't listen to the training, right? They didn't go but step by step like you should. Listen, paper trade, get everything down, and all that. So, option question. Which options? In the money or out of the money? I always do in the money. One in the money on options. You can do however you want, but I want to make the most money I can, so I'm always in the money when I trade options. I haven't traded any since November. I'm in futures now all the time. But yes. People do trade out of the money mainly to get a lower delta and a lower price. If you go too far out of the money, you can go one in or out of the money and do okay. If you go way out, if you're going 4 or 5 out of the money, yes, you're saving money on premium, but your delta is so much lower, you got to let it run longer to make good money, right? So it's generally more beneficial just to buy into money, right, and buy less contracts, right? And if you can't afford to do that, I mean, we have people that go way out of the money and buy more of them, which is a strategy, but you're better off to buy into money to make money in options, stock options. I like trading stock options. I'm just not going to do it anymore. I'm into futures. I don't have to deal with any of that anymore. I do thank everybody for being here tomorrow. So I look forward to you being here tomorrow with the FOMC meeting right at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. You will see. Matter of fact, I might try to even start the feed early tomorrow for those of you who are around to come in every day. If you want to pop in a few minutes earlier, if I remember and my schedule allows me, I may actually try to start the feed tomorrow, maybe even 5 minutes earlier. Give you time to get in here, and maybe we can watch together at 2 p.m. Eastern as FOMC releases the data, and we can watch the market's reaction live together. So if my schedule allows me tomorrow, I'll try to pop in. Make sure your notification buttons are on, so if you see a feed starting at 5 before 2 p.m. Tomorrow, you'll know to go ahead and jump in, that we're live. So we'll try to do that for you tomorrow. I won't even charge you extra for that. It'll be free too. Oh, wait, this is free to you also, isn't it? So anyway, thank you for being here today. I will see you tomorrow, same time, same bat channel, maybe 5 minutes earlier tomorrow. And we'll walk this through, try to be a positive influence in somebody's life. You don't know what they're really going through. And I thank you for being here. I will see you tomorrow. See ya. Bye.